a whole friend. Tell her bring a whole friend. Tell her bring a whole friend. I'ma bring my bros in. Fat ass her shit poking. She double D like the Rosen. She say OMG, did you nut me? I showed it. All these Percocets that I done took and it get hard to focus. Tell her bitch I fuck with her, then fuck her over. Lil' bro ain't got the way he was supposed to, that shit both. Take that switch and stutter with my brothers. All 3 drugs, I'm fucked up. Only 50s, hundreds in my pocket, your wallet could never.
You.
Hello.
Talk to me.
I have a question. So, when do guys generally start thinking about marriage?
I don't think men really think about marriage. I think marriage gets brought to their attention.
So, if you're in a long-term relationship, when do you start thinking about long-term commitment that's further than just being in a committed relationship?
Me personally, because I can't speak for everybody. Say I've been dealing with somebody for 10 years, right? I don't believe a title would change anything. Like, I don't believe a title would just solidify us even more. You know what I mean? So if I've been with you for 10 years and I don't think us having a fucking piece of paper that says, hey, we're married would make us any closer. I feel as though it makes us have to live up to a standard now, and it kind of can ruin a relationship. You know what I mean? As long as you know what's up and I know what's up, I believe that we can go that way. I feel like marriage nowadays is a business. I feel like marriage nowadays isn't what it used to be. And it's like an insurance policy. You know what I mean? I feel like marriage is an insurance policy.
But if y'all already at a point where y'all sharing basically everything, finances, life, why isn't marriage on the table? And I also want to get your opinion on why do you think that marriage is pushed upon girls growing up and not men? And the only reason why marriage can happen is if it's a partnership between both. So
no, that's a fact. You asking some good questions. I ain't gonna lie. I've never been asked these questions before. And I'm gonna be honest with you. I don't have a lot of answers for marriage because I didn't grow up seeing marriage. You know what I mean?
that's understandable.
I didn't really grow up seeing marriage. My peak love life experiences that I seen growing up were baby moms and baby dads. I really didn't grow up seeing marriage. You know what I mean? So marriage was never pushed upon me. Marriage is almost a fantasy.
I don't agree with
No,
that.
no, no,
My
no, no.
parents were married.
That's what I'm saying. To me, marriage is almost a fantasy, like a fairy tale in my eyes, because I never seen it growing up. I never even been to a wedding.
But there's a lot of things in life that you haven't seen or personally have been related to, and things have happened. Just like you probably haven't thought you would be a success on the internet, but here you are.
It's still a fan, and I still to this day haven't even grabbed the facts of it. I'm like fathomed it. It's still a fantasy to me. You know what I mean? It's still a fantasy to me. I never been to a wedding.
But don't you like? I've seen some of your content, and I'm not trying to argue or anything.
Yeah.
I just kind of want to understand the mindset, because it's like, it's cool to date around, but once you find somebody that you like and you settle down with them for years, why isn't the next goal marriage? Because it's more than just a contract.
I asked that, and I
it's
asked
literally
that,
security.
and I asked that a lot, in my videos, in times when I speak to females, I say, you know, why do we have kids without the right type of commitment? Because, feel me, I read the religious books. Marriage is supposed to be there, but it's like, why are we not following that? But I don't.
Do you have any kids? I'm just
Nah.
asking.
Not,
Okay, I don't
not.
either, and so I get confused on that as well. That people don't think that marriage. They think that marriage is more of a commitment than having kids, and it's like that's literally y'all have it backwards. Like it's supposed to
Yeah,
be marriage then kids. You should
yeah.
be you
But
should be committed to that person and then decide to have a family with them.
I honestly believe that the internet, and I think our culture, black culture, has fucked a lot of shit up.
I agree.
Because I still see Indians getting married before kids. I still see Chinese still getting married before kids. I still see Arabians, whites. I still see other ethnicities getting married before having kids. I really feel as though it's a black culture thing that's fucking this shit up majority. And like I said, it comes from what we've seen growing up. Like I said, I've never been to a wedding. I never seen my grandparents married. I wasn't even old enough to see my grandparents sleep in the same room. So I never seen my grandparents married. I never seen my mom married. I never seen my dad. My dad's been with this girl for over 20 something years, not married. I never been uncles, aunts, nobody's married. So for me to say I see marriage in my future, I would be lying to myself because I don't even know what marriage looks like when it's on its way. You know what I mean? All I've seen growing up was baby mom, baby dad drama, baby showers, you know, a lot of Jerry Springer Maury shit. You feel what I'm saying? My friends are starting to get married now, but we celebrated so hard when my friends get married now because we ain't see it growing up. So that shit is like, yo, y'all just made a fairy tale come true the whole time. That's really normal in other people's eyes. You know what I mean? So rather you see all my content and shit like that. Would I like to get married one day to the right woman? Absolutely. Do I want to have happiness with kids? Bro, absolutely. I don't think anybody would duck no shit like that. But the love life in the black community is so fucked up and damaged that it's like I'm just adapted to the field that I'm in.
So, do you believe in monogamy?
I don't, bro. I look at that shit as like TikTok words and internet shit. I don't pay. I don't do shit like
I mean,
that.
it's a real word. I mean, it
Nah,
has a
nah, nah.
definition.
I know what it means, but it's like I don't feed into that shit. Like I don't feed into that shit, bro. So no, I don't, cause it's like monogamy is right. Like I have a problem with obligations. You know what I mean? So you could tell me I can have 11. I'm gonna go get 12. You know what I mean?
So, you don't believe in monogamy. It's okay if you don't. I just
I
was
said no.
wondering.
Yeah, I said I don't feed into that shit. So so nah, I don't. Um, but it's like I
But
only
even in poly, they have marriages too. So,
and where?
I guess I'm in polygamy.
Oh yeah,
They
yeah,
have
yeah.
marriages too. So, I guess for me, I'm
Yeah,
just
for
kind
sure. I
of
mean, bro, I'm Muslim. I know.
right.
Like,
But so, I guess my disconnect is why don't y'all push for marriage,
I
regardless
mean,
of what you
how
believe
often
in your relationship
how
status
often
or
do
how
you
you got your relationship set up?
how often do you watch my content?
I've been following you about probably about three
Okay,
months now.
so when I'm on stream most of the time, I do say marriage a lot. Like, I do say marriage, but married to the right people. Married, I always say, what does a female bring to a relationship that benefits her and the man? What's going to benefit both? You feel what I'm saying? Like, marriage really benefits y'all in today's world.
But I feel like marriage, honestly, marriage
Keep it 100.
benefits.
Or
I'm
is
keeping it
women
100.
are
Marriage
women really
benefits
even bringing
our
anything
black
to the table?
community economics as well. Like
Okay,
it's
okay.
more than
Are
just
women really
a
bringing anything to the relationship in today's
yeah.
world?
Women bring a lot to the relationship.
In today's world,
Yes,
what are they bringing?
mental support, support a partnership. A lot of women do a lot of the housework whenever you're in a relationship. She brings a sexual partner that y'all love to bring up. It's a lot that women do. We bring partnership as well, and some people do it financially, spiritually, in multitude of ways. Every girl is different in a relationship, so I can't speak for everybody's relationship. But people in a relationship, two people come together and they're bringing themselves together. So there's no way that a relationship can holistically be on one person. That just doesn't make sense.
That's ironic that you say that. That
Okay.
a relationship can't be on one person, because these females nowadays put the whole relationship on the man's back.
How so?
Financially, just
I
add
honestly don't find. I don't really find. I know the internet, and I know that there's prostitutes out here who promote tricking and all that. But that in reality, when you have a girlfriend, girlfriends buy their dudes gifts. They don't just have him paying all the 100% of the bills. She buys and contribute things financially as well. Like we're not gonna. And most of the time, these dudes don't really have nothing. I ain't talking about my man, but most dudes, they don't even have cars or their own apartments. So how could they truly financially support another human being? Like I think we are looking up to rappers and how they support their baby
okay.
mamas or more
Let's.
successful
I got
people.
a
But
question. I got a question, right? And I agree with some of the things you said. What's a partnership, though?
a partnership is two people coming together for the with the same goal. And if your goal is to be
Okay.
monogamous, then y'all are gonna do
No, I'm
that.
just asking what a partnership is. What's a partnership?
Two people coming together to share the
For the
similar goal.
same goal, right? And I'm not saying this is just you. Like, I'm not saying this is you. Majority of the women nowadays, they're not going for that. They're not getting into a marriage for a partnership. Their definition of partnership is not what you're saying. This is what I'm trying to like tell you. That they're getting, these women want when they get to the relationship, they just want to have a nigga pull the chair out for them and to push it in. That's just what I'm trying to tell you. They expect the man to do literally everything to keep the relationship up. They don't bring anything to the relationship that benefits both. Women are expecting everything out of a relationship that's going to benefit them. I always say the biggest liability in a household, into a family, is a woman.
I believe it's the man, but
How?
because men set standards within a household. Like I know we always talk about, even just in the black community, how horrible a single mother household is. But when we look at two parent households, it's ran differently. And
Okay.
what's the missing factor? A man. Men, y'all push a standard,
So
and that's just
they're the big.
that's
What's
the
the standard?
reality of it.
What's the standard?
I'm not a man, so I can't really.
So
I guess I would.
so
No, hold on. I take that back. I don't want to cop out that question. I guess I want to say sternness, respect.
that's a liability in a household.
I
Is
never said it
sternness
was a
in?
lie. I
That's
never
what I
said it was
just.
a
But
liability.
that's what I just said though. The biggest liability in a household to a family is a woman. You said, I feel like what a man is. Then
Oh, okay. I
you
apologize.
then you
I
said, yeah,
misinterpret your question, so I do apologize on that. I
oh yeah.
misinterpret your question.
So it's like my whole thing is this: women get into a household and they will tear a whole household apart because their happiness is not being met to a full 100%.
But that's not true. I ain't gonna put a blame on either gender because if a
Majority though.
man cheats, if a man steps outside of his relationship, that can destroy the household as well.
I didn't say it couldn't.
Okay, but I'm saying so that means liability cannot just be solely on one
I
gender.
said
It
the
can be on either
biggest
one.
liability in the household. I didn't say, when I say biggest liability, I'm not saying the man doesn't have a liability. The biggest liability in the household.
I still don't agree that it's a gender that makes it greater than the other. I think both have.
Yo,
I
there
think
is.
that goes back to partnership because you asked me the definition, and that means if one of the partners are not contributing to the partnership, that can cause rift in that relationship. That's just it. It's not a gender
All
thing.
right, answer this, right? Answer this. Is there not women out here that, and please don't, and don't answer it with this. A man could be happy in a household. The kids could be happy in a household. Not everybody is getting everything they need met. You feel me? To full satisfaction. If the woman's not getting everything she needs met to her full satisfaction, right or wrong, will she not start complaining and start to tear that household down?
I disagree. A lot of times women hold a lot of things in, like, I don't, for the greater good of the relationship. Like, I don't agree with that. I've
Okay.
seen marriages fall apart due to the men.
Okay.
And I mean, what you're trying to say is you're trying to push the narrative. I'm
I'm
not. Well,
not.
let me not say that exactly. But I feel like you're pushing our emotions as a disadvantage, and it's like women are known to be emotional. Yes, we got that. So if a woman speaks on her emotional response, that's just her being feminine.
Okay. How
But
long are we?
that doesn't mean that she's gonna destroy the entire relationship and that the whole house has to be upset now that she's upset.
So you said women are emotional, right?
That's scientific, yes.
I'm saying, all right, scientific. Are we not all adults at the end of the day?
Right, but that doesn't, just because I'm more emotional than you doesn't mean I don't
Okay,
have emotional
okay.
control.
I'm just asking. Are we not all adults at the end of the day?
Yeah, of
Okay.
course.
Emotions versus logic, 9 times out of 10, are never going to come together, right? So a woman can be so emotional. If women are the most emotional, scientifically, like you just said, does that not make them the biggest liability in the household?
I still disagree with that because emotions are not always the forefront. I know that I am emotional, but I still think with logic. Just like when you ask me questions, I think with logic. I'm not basing it off of my feelings. At least that's how I'm interpreting. I think about what you're saying and I process it through logic. I don't know. I might be a little different because I got an educational background, but like I think with logic when I make decisions. Like I'm not, every time my man make me upset, I'm not gonna break up with him. I think with logic. I know that I want to be in
Okay,
this
so
relationship long term.
we're
So
not talking you though. We talking women. Period. I know
yeah,
my kind.
and there's a lot of situations.
I
If
know
we're
my
so
kind.
emotional, that means a lot of situations that happen to us day to day is going to affect our emotions, but that doesn't mean we always act on them. So once again, as a human, whether it's gender or not, you're still going to put logic.
So
And if you want to
would
act
you
on your emotions, that's just,
so would you agree that most women? Because when we had this conversation, we're talking about most. Would you agree that most women move off emotions first and logic second?
I don't want to I can't generalize
Just say
that
most.
based on the whole.
Bro, why? Why, bro? It's a simple question. Do women not move off of emotions first and logic second?
I agree just to move to the second prompt. Yes.
So would that not make them the most biggest liability in a household?
No, because your emotions, y'all trying to equate somebody's emotional reaction to completely destroying a relationship or a family. Like I can be upset in my household. That doesn't mean that you and or the kids have to be upset as well.
So if you did something out of emotions, right? Because you felt like a way, and then you thought about it, and you start dealing with logic, does that take away that what you did off of emotions?
No, it doesn't take away. It takes for me to
All
have
right,
accountability that I reacted on my emotions.
scenario, right? Scenario. Married, kids in the house. We've been going through it for a little bit. You know what I mean? A little rocky. You know, relationships get rocky. Emotions, right? You start dealing with emotions. You go do something. You know what I mean? Like, whatever you could think of, you go do. But you know whatever you did could sabotage this household. But then you think back and be like, fuck, I shouldn't have did that because,
But
you
most
know,
women don't do that. That assumption that, oh, I go out and do something, that's a men's action. Women don't
whatever.
do that.
I did not say fuck. I said whatever you can imagine that can jeopardize the household.
Yeah, I don't know. I've been in a
I'm
committed relationship for a long time, so I can't relate to these scenarios for
I'm
real.
just
Because
asking.
if something,
I'm going off of
but a
emotions.
mature relationship, and this is just the reality, a mature relationship where you both want to like stick together and make this thing work, y'all gonna talk it out. Y'all can be frustrated with each other at the moment, but like I don't leave the house and go and be vindictive against my boyfriend. Like that's crazy. Like I would never do that because that put the whole relationship at risk.
I didn't say
I'm gonna
fucking. I said whatever you can imagine.
Right. I'm not gonna do anything that will risk my relationship because I know just because we can agree to
Why do
disagree.
you keep saying I and you? I'm talking
I
about
mean, you're giving me the scenario.
majority. Do you know your kind? Do you know the? Do you know? You know how women are. Majority. We can't speak for you. You might be good. You're different from everybody. Majority.
Yeah, but I don't think majority of women are known to go out and cheat or do something to destroy the relationship. Most of the time, it's men who go out and do things that contribute to destroying the relationship. Oh my God, not the soundboard.
So you're telling me that men are the ones that initiate cheating first?
Yes, your content have said it multiple times. You
No,
said if a girl was clingy.
I speak for me. My content says I.
Okay. And I was
I,
speaking on I.
I never said that women, majority, don't cheat.
Well, me and my homegirls don't, so.
So you and your homegirls are just perfect.
I never said we was perfect. I just said we don't cheat.
Okay. So you agree, like I said earlier, back to my conversation, that if something was to be done out of emotions that could fuck up the relationship, who was more liable to do that? The man or the woman?
I seen it on both ends, both. Because if a man go out and cheat, that's still emotional.
Bro, I'm just answer the question. If somebody who is more likely to do something to jeopardize the relationship off their emotions, the man or the woman?
I'll go with women.
Next question. If the woman is more liable to do something to jeopardize the relationship off their emotions, who is the bigger liability in a household?
Whoever jeopardized the relationship, it doesn't matter if it's based on emotions or actions. It's whoever jeopardized the.
Yo, the way I ain't gonna lie, she has some good points, but the way she take that steering wheel and go around these questions is crazy. The way she take that steering wheel and turn that motherfucking steering wheel and go around them questions is crazy. All I said was my point. I'm just arguing on my point. My point was this: women are more. I said women are the biggest liability to the household. Emotion. Who is more likely to do something to jeopardize a relationship off their emotions? She said women. I said okay. Who, if the relationship? God damn, now my head fucked up. Now, if it's a man and a woman in a relationship and they married, who does that make the liability? The bigger liability? Am I not? Are y'all not? Is it? Am I explaining it wrong? Like, am I explaining it wrong? I never said a man's not a liability. I said the biggest liability. The biggest liability. What I'm saying is, if the woman is more emotional to a man in a relationship, who is liable to do something to jeopardize the relationship off their emotions? If the woman is more emotional than men, the woman. Who is the biggest liability in a household then? A lot of the shit she was saying wasn't wrong. I agree with some, but it's like she's spinning that. She kept going around that question, and it was like, why are you not answering that question? Why are you not answering that? You know what I'm saying? Two people can be right. Two people can be right. But not answering the question was just, kind of crazy. Both had valid points, though. But I fight on my point. I don't go to the next point. I fight on my point right there. And my point was the biggest liability in the household. And then when you constantly keep saying, well, I don't do this and I don't do that. Well, we can't base a whole fucking thing of people off of just you. Because it's like, you're not everybody. We have to go majority. She answered the question. She said men. I guess. Two questions, two different answers. But both of the questions kind of coexist. So it's like. You know what I'm saying? Logic versus emotions. Do facts equal feelings? Can a woman answer that question? Do facts equal feelings? No. No. So just because you feel some way doesn't mean it's a fact, right? Okay. Well, chat. Check my phone. Chat, I have to go, I didn't even peep Vay was in here. Vay, I'm not fucking with you, bro. I ain't gonna lie. I ain't fucking with you, bro. I'm not fucking with Vay at all. You feel what I'm saying? It's just like certain people just be doing certain shit. You know what I mean? But I'm free. Feel what I'm saying? And I'm back. You know what I mean? I'm free. She stood you up. Stood me up. I'm quick to call the next. Come on. I'm free. I'm back. No more jail. For now. No more none of that. You feel what I'm saying? Feel what I'm saying? No more of that. I know that was very ghetto of me to
tell a bitch I fuck with her, then fuck her over. Lil' bro ain't got the way he was supposed to, that shit both. Take that switch and stutter with my brothers, all 3 drugs I'm fucked up. Only 50s, 100s in my pocket, your wallet could never. She tell me she wanna ride it, tell her let me pedal. Wanna do coke and dope, we mix X with O's overload.